Oi, oi. Wow, it's Saturday the 20th of April. Can't quite believe I'm saying this, but I haven't been fishing since the end of January. Yeah, for one reason or another. Well, one of the main ones being that the winter water I was fishing. Yeah, literally the rain we've had has been bonkers. And it's flooded the lake. There's been like 4 or 5 swims available out of like 30 swims. And it's an hour and a half drive for me, and the chances of me getting on there on a Friday pretty slim. So that's one reason I haven't been. Another reason is I've kind of put myself off because the weather's been shit. It hasn't been the best. Obviously, you lot know that. And I've had a couple of issues with the van, standard. Old van, always needs money spending on it. So yeah, I haven't been. But there's been a slight change. I've got another Reading ticket. Yeah, it was a bit silly really to give it up. I probably should have kept it going, but I didn't. But anyway, I've got another Reading ticket, so we'll be back up Whistler come June, which I'm actually buzzing for, to be honest. I know it's done some good fish already. We're talking sort of mid to high 40s. I ain't surprised. So yeah, yeah. Basically, I'm going to ramble now rather than do it like I do on the bank. Yeah, so obviously I've done a bit on spinny and that. Yeah, and to be honest, with spinny, it's don't know. I fancied the challenge at first, but it's a mega challenge, and like I want to catch some fish, you know. Yeah, I've done a lot of years of waiting for big fish or chasing big fish, if you like. And you know, to an extent, I'll still be doing that at Whistler, but you know, I'm not fussed. Whereas, like you know, on Hucklesbrook and that, there's a lot of smaller fish, cricket bats, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of time and effort just to catch those, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not really down for 350 or 375 quid a year just to catch those. Whereas with Whistler and Reading, you know, you got some proper nice fish. Yeah, but spinny, every swim I ended up fishing, you know, unless you're a confident range angler, which you know I ain't sad to admit, I'm afraid to admit, sorry, that I'm not a range angler. I never have been. So yeah, and most of the areas you want to be in, or you need to be in, are at range. It's a deep lake. It's full of weed. Even in January when I fished it, yeah, I struggled to find spots at less than like 100 yards, 120 yards. Like I said, there's only 13 swims on there, and that's getting sort of busier and busier. Obviously, because Hucklesbrook's been flooded, people drifted onto there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to drive an hour and a half. I need to be not be able to get anywhere sensible, you know. So I'm utilising the time. I'm knocking up some bait. If you remember last time, I said that Steve come up with a new bait, more of a winter bait really, but you know, just as good all year round. Obviously, it's just not a fish meal. Yeah, it's more of a, yeah, I suppose it's more of a nut base really, but we called it monkey shit, or rather Steve has. Just finished knocking up a bag of hard hookers. Yeah, so nice hard hookers, and they're proper hard as well. Ball of paste in there for Steve to make his own corkable pop-ups. So I've sorted that out. Got myself a little tub as well, so I'm going to give them a go. And they smell banging. And basically the flavour is Scopex and banana. That's unbelievable. Yeah, it's nice. So I got about 5k there. I got a roll on the old Shillam. Those of you who haven't tried one and thinking about getting a table, well worth the money. I know they're expensive, but if you can pick one up second hand like what I did, along with a mixer and that, honestly, it just takes the work out of it. We've got a decent, sorry, all fingers and thumbs as usual, but it is carp and raw. Yeah, got a battery operated caulking gun, and it's a beast. Yeah, I've not, it's not let me down, touch wood yet. Battery life's amazing on it. And obviously once we get set up over Steve's, we'll have we've got the air gun as well, which takes 8k of mixed bait. So yeah, once we get sorted over there, we'll be able to fire out the bait, yeah, to our heart's content really. The plan is to basically have like, you know, 2 or 3 sessions a year making a shitload of bait. I mean, if I can do like, I reckon I could do 20k here quite comfortably. Not the cooking side of it, but 20k are quite comfortably. Obviously, cooking side of it, I've got to have room to dry it out, which I haven't. So yeah, I reckon between us, we'd probably be able to do 40-50k, I reckon, in a session in a day, start to finish. So that's the plan. So that way we got plenty of bait to last us both through the year. So 2 or 3 sessions a year, it should last us really. But anyway, I ain't gonna ramble on too much, but that's what I haven't been doing. It's weird really. Like I said, I'm all set, ready to go for a session, just haven't been. There's no point. But the water is starting to recede a bit, very slowly, so I might get a session or 2 in before my ticket. When's it finished? Christchurch tickets on 17th of May it finishes, so hopefully I'll get 1 or 2 in. I'm not that bothered if I don't. I'm buzzing to get back at Reading. So yeah, lucky I got a ticket again really, because afterwards I thought shit, maybe I should give it up, but thankfully I did. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll catch you soon on the bank. Oi oi. Wow. I'm at the fucking lake. Makes change, doesn't it? I don't even know what date it is. Was it 26th of April? And I haven't been on the bank since very ass end of January, which is unlike me really. Yeah, I've done a little blog at home last week when I was doing some bait, so I won't ramble on more about that. But yeah, I'm here. I'm at Hucklesbrook. Let's have a little zoom in. Sure, there's a fish just showed out there then. Don't know, there's been quite a bit of activity out there. It's like a channel obviously between the island. So yeah, water level's still mental high. There's not many swims to go at. Yeah, and it has done a few fish, some good ones as well lately. The people have been bothered to do a bit of time. Yeah, so I haven't been here that long. Well, I have been here quite a while actually. I got here, I think it's just after 10:30. No, just after 10 it was. But usual mess around, setting up, rods are out, baiting up, blah blah blah. But yeah, it looks nice and green down here already, as you can probably see. Yeah, it's weird because last time I was there it was fuck all. So yeah, I've missed that much time on the bank. Yeah, it's nearly like trying to remember how to do it all again, you know. Anyway, but there is a few people on. I don't know, there's probably 5 of us on, spread around quite well though. The swims round to the right are proper flooded, so you can't fish them. And the ones over there, I think the first couple of swims there you can't fish either, so it gives me all this corner, which is nice. Setting that set of snags down to my left. There's a day only swim to my left, but there's no one in it, so obviously I'm chucking the rod round to the left. Yeah, so basically it'll be all changed as of the 17th of May, is when my ticket runs out on here. And then it'll be back at Reading, like I said in my previous post. Yeah, I shouldn't have dropped my ticket really. I think I just got a bit bored really. Not bored of fishing, but bored of like up and down the motorway every week, you know what I mean? But as it turns out, this proves to be a bit more of a ball lake down here and back. And not only that, I mean this was my winter ticket, this lake. Obviously Spinney was the main time, but because this has been flooded to hell since, oh I don't know, what, November? It's got to be at least November, when we had that first like proper hit of rain. Yeah, like I said, literally 4 or 5 swims you can fish on the old lake, which is shit. That ain't no good for me. You know, drive 1.5 hours, turn up here, and then fingers and thumbs as usual. Yeah, drive 1.5 hours and then can't get anywhere. So that's one of the reasons mainly I haven't been. And obviously people that can't get on here are doing Spinney, so and there's only 13 swims on it, you know. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I didn't have that issue at Reading. Some banging fish in all the lakes. I've got a North ticket for up there, so that gives me Whistly, which I'll be concentrating on, and a chance to fish Sonning. So yeah, probably do a bit of both. See how it goes really. But yeah, nothing to report so far. I've had a brew, which is nice. I've had nothing to fucking eat yet, so I'm gonna have a bacon sandwich, I think, in a minute. Bacon sandwich, or I may wait till tea time actually. I don't know, I should have some because I've got a bottle of wine, so yeah, that on an empty stomach's not the one, is it really? So yeah, maybe bacon sandwich, line the stomach, bottle of wine later, and what have we got? Chili tonight, chili con carne with rice. So yeah, that'd be jubbly. Anyway, not going to ramble too much like I normally do, but everything's on the dance floor. We got bait out. All we can do is sit and wait now, see what happens. Anyway, until later. Plucker. Evening. Wow. It's not tea or coffee in there. Dun, dun, dun. The usual. It's still cold enough for red wine, I think. Yeah, so first week. That's cheeky. And that gives you a little bit of what? Anyway, so far pretty quiet. I've seen a cuttlefish show, but not in, you know, the same area. Sort of, yeah, one sort of down the channel from here, way away from me. That's typical. And one just round to me right, actually. Yeah, it's kind of not interfering with anybody if I stuck one round there, but I'm always wary that anybody could turn up at any time. That's the only problem we've got. Obviously the swim's really tight together, so I've stuck with my gun, so to speak. Didn't really touch on what I was doing, did I, earlier on? Usual homemade hard worker bottom baits. One's typically yellow fake maize. It's been soaking in squid and octopus forever. The other one's back to back, so I just shaved the bottom bait down with a bit of, I say a bit, about a quarter of, what's that one called? Sea Monster. Like the washed out pink, not the, you know, the in your face pink, but sort of a subtle pink. Just because I've had a couple of fish out of here on it before, but I don't know if it was the pink colour or what, but you know, it's that time of year, innit? So, and the water clarity is a bit shit because obviously it's been flooded forever. So yeah, two of them on a spot at 16 wraps that I found quite some time back now. You've got like a bars that little bleep. You've got bars that run this way towards you. They're not really bars. They're like strips, gravel strips. They don't really vary that much in depth. But just off the back of it, nice bit of clean, just smooth drag, silt, whatever. Yeah, so I'm just on the back of them two rods. On my own ground bait that I've knocked up basically out of as a mix we get from AA Baits called the meat feast. Little tiny pellets. I think they are tiny as well. It's more pellet powder, I think, than anything. Milk proteins, all sorts of stuff in it, turmeric. But I've also added my own sort of liquids and that. Squid hydro, oyster sauce, Marmite, Robin Red, squid and octopus, and a little bit of salmon oil. So yeah, yeah, that's all gone in there. So it's proper, you know, stinky, fishy, oily mix. Not too much oil, only a bit. Obviously it's still early days, but I don't know, I still think, you know, this time of year, if it's in a ground bait, I think, you know, I think it's still alright, to be fair. Just gets that scent in the water, doesn't it, you know, and it's heavier. So yeah, I spotted a fair bit of just ground bait with a little bit of crushed up boilie. I put a load through the crusher, so I bring a bag of that with me and put however much I think in, really. So yeah, there's not a lot of food, a lot of stink, but not a lot of food. Yeah, hook bait's over the top, and then the left hand rod is round towards the snags area. Not in the snags because you can't get in the snags from there, but that sort of vicinity, if you like. And that's on a Sea Monster washed out pink wafter. Just something different, really. And a stick of the ground bait I've just said about, and then I've just dunked the whole lot in the squid hydro, bottle of squid hydro, and fling that out there. So yeah, classic stick fishing, it really. Yeah, I'm not sure many people use that anymore. Don't see much about the stick there. You know, Nick Hellier come out of that, didn't he, quite some time back now. But yeah, I quite like it, especially if you don't want to, you know, you want a bit of stink in the area, but just nothing, you know. Again, similar to what I'm doing out there. Well, obviously I ain't spotted that, but spotted that, so same mix, but in a little dynamite stick instead. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I have fired a few sort of single hook baits around the area, not many, just a handful, like, you know. So yeah, I've had some savage liners as well. I mean, yeah, it's possible pike chasing fry around and that, the fry already blipping on the top, that sort of time of the evening. I think it's just gone 6 now. So yeah, I've had a few, like, the old tips gone round and you know, the alarm goes mental, but yeah, it's just liners. There's a couple of other people turned up, but yeah, no one's interfacing with my little area, which is nice. So yeah, yeah, the old midges are out. So yeah, spring's properly kicking off, even though it's like 8-9 degrees. Don't feel too bad. There isn't a wind as such, a bit of breeze, but yeah, it's all good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm wearing wellies because obviously the swims are flooded. But knobhead here, just thought I'd get away with trainers. Fuck knows why I've done it. Yeah, and ended up with a wet foot 10 minutes after getting in there. And then half an hour after being there, they're both soaked. So I was like, fuck it, I'm already wet now. So luckily I had these in the van, the old ski tex jobby sort of things without liners. Dead easy to get on, keeps your feet dry, happy days, does what it says on the tin. And it's just started drizzling actually. We ain't journey rain tonight, but when did they ever get that right? So yeah, just a tiny bit of drizzle. But yeah, it's supposed to be in for it tomorrow night. It's supposed to piss down, so yeah, got the old waterproofs out at the ready. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kick back, drink some more wine. Far too much talking. Yeah, then it'll be a chili con carne later on. Probably some random crap on YouTube on the iPad. That'd be me. Yeah, feeling relatively confident. Has done a few fish, some good ones as well, like I said earlier. I have no idea where from. Yeah, it's not like most lakes. All these swims, like if there were a backdrop, they'd look the same. Yeah, but not, you know, not that I'm particularly interested where it comes from, but it's just good that, you know, a couple of the big ones have slipped up already. I think the biggest was, I think, 36. Yeah, banging mirror, that'll do. Wouldn't mind that, would you? Tugging the string. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I may well check in later on, I may well not. Carping raw at the end of the day, innit? And obviously if it happens, I should put it on. Yeah, so that's me for now. But anyway, I'll check in later on. Bugger. Morning. Wow, it's what's it, about 7:15. Been up since about 5:30, mainly because of the fucking geese. Yeah, those are your fish lakes with islands. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's a little bit like Slimbridge on here, really. And a lot of them have got young, so they're all squabbling and fighting. Yeah, fucking nightmare. But there you go. Yeah, so no fishes yet, obviously. But I did have, yeah, the bought a take really last night. Typical, all cozy and comfortable, and it fucking melted my left hand rod. Yeah, and literally before I got to it, it dropped all the way back on the slack line, so I wound in and nothing, but my line was like parallel to the bank, so it's fucking obviously picked up the kite had left. There is a set of snacks down further, so it's probably trying to make its way down there. Yeah, just done one of them, innit? Done the hook. Just trying to get the coffee sorted a minute. But yeah, a lot of activity last night, a lot of fishing, nutting out, sort of everywhere really. Come on, you fucker. Trying to sort out fresh coffee. That'll do it. Oh, yeah, I think I showed this on there before. Little coffee grinder. Who did I see using it? Nick Elliott. I was like, that's fucking smart. When he's out in France on that farm lake. Yeah, it's just a job for a single cup of coffee. Nice supercharged one. Yeah, grind the fuck out of it. Put it in the coffee pot. Job's a good one. Yeah, We had a shitload of rain last night, which weren't forecast. Hope you can hear me over this. Sure you can. Yeah, shitload of rain, probably come in about quite early actually, about 8ish, something like that. Yeah, pretty much stayed all night really. Weren't forecast. So yeah. Go on then, take my line. Swat. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have more of the same today. So yeah, quite low pressure at the minute, just under 1,000, which is relatively low, I suppose. Yeah, more rain coming. Tomorrow's not looking great either for packing up, but I mean it's supposed to be alright later on in the afternoon, so I might hang it out really. That's one of them, isn't it? This time of year, you're either setting up in the rain or packing up in the rain, or both, unless you're lucky. But yeah, so that's it really so far. I've got no idea if anybody else has had anything. To be fair, I can't really see anybody from where I am. There is a few on, but not many. But yeah, like I said, a lot of activity last night everywhere, not just in localised places. They were nutting everywhere. Sounded like there's a fair few out towards the island. I think I just seen one out there then, funny enough. But anyway, yeah, not gonna ramble too much. Gonna get me coffee on, and that's how it lies at the minute. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well. Out of nowhere, the most crazy bite I've ever had, I think, on that left-hand rod. Literally pulled all the way up, slow, dropped all the way back, slow, and stayed where, basically went back to where the bobbin was, and I was like, right. And 2 more bleeps. I know I'm fishing quite sensitive, to be fair. Oh, fuck's sake, so I picked up and hit it. And then there is one of the better fish out of here for sure. It's a banging big fully. I don't know how big it is, but we're about to find out. Let's turn this round. Yeah, so I'm just doing the usual cup of tea before I get them out, let them rest a bit. And there's a couple of people walking about, so I'm waiting for them to bugger off first, because I just want to get on and do the blog myself really. You know what it's like. Yeah, mad. I ain't gonna say how big it is. I'd be surprised if he weren't high 20, possibly 30. I'm not sure, really not sure, but it's a banging fish, and I'm chuffed to fuck. Happy days. Excuse the cheesy smile. Wait till you see this. Oh, I think he might beat me up. Come on, mate. Let's have your... How's that? 28 and a half. Out of nowhere. What a peach. Let's say I'm happy with that. It's an understatement. Let's move that camera down a little touch. Come on, mate. Ooh. Come on, buddy. Look at that. Whoa. Gotta be happy with that, ain't ya? Fucking hell. You're banging, mate. Get a medicarp. Get a bit of medicarp on your old scar that you got there. Yeah. Come on. Give me that peck, that's it. Nope. I thought you might do that. Thought you'd be darker this time of year. Is this going to be one of them sides that you don't like? I wonder. It's up there to go. Whoa. How's that? That's fucking stunning, isn't it? Job done for this session. Absolute peach. Better get them back, I suppose. Yeah, on the old sea monster pink. Wafter. Over a pouch full of boilies, or 2 pouches full of boilies, I suppose, something like that, not many. Little ground bait stick. And it's been out there. Yeah, actually I redone it this morning.
Yeah. God, what the fuck? I wonder if she'll let me do a couple of stills. Anyway, park her, see if I can get some decent photos. Oi. Yeah, morning. Well, yeah, it's stupid o'clock. It's not so stupid o'clock as yesterday, yeah. Glad to say. Well, it's about an hour difference. It's about 6:30. Just had a fucking melter on my middle rod. Yeah, a scamp. A scamp. It's just down there and that. To be fair, I don't think I'm even going to bother weighing and all that. He's not very big. maybe a mid double if I'm lucky. But yeah, fucking hell. What conditions we've had his last, I don't know what, since 4:30 or 5 yesterday afternoon. Yeah, pissing down. Usual, innit? Spring in England. Yeah, absolutely chucking it down. And the water levels come up even more since I've been here, which is mad. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't get pumping on here really, because in my opinion, you know, it's obviously happening every year, from what I've heard. Yeah, people paying money to fish it, you know. It's a bit, it's one of them really. I know apparently they can't get a license to pump out fresh water, triple SI or area and all that bollocks, but I mean honestly, what a load of crap. There's a river behind, I don't know what river it is, but fresh water into fresh water. Yeah, you know, these water companies are pumping raw sewage into the fucking water and they can get away with it. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to get political, but yeah, there's something needs to be done about it really. So it's getting a bit stupid. I think at the moment there's about, about 8 swims available to fish and about 30 swims. I don't think it's, no, actually it's 20, I don't know, 27, 28 swims maybe. I think there's like about 8 available, which is shit, innit? And that's been like that since November, pretty much, I think. Yeah, but it is what it is. And like I say, and they get political. But to be fair, this might be my last session on there anyway. Ticket ends 17th of May. I might be able to get another session or 2 in. We'll see. But I'm not going to be rushing back because, just like I said, I think I was lucky to get in here really. On Friday, I couldn't quite believe it. I was like, no, well, basically right next to the car park, so easy angling. But anyway, I ain't gonna ramble too much. I've had one now for baited spot as well. Although it's a scamp, it's still a bite in it. So happy days. So yeah, might do a little bit of video of him on the mat. It depends if he's a twat or not, but I'm not gonna weigh him and all that. It's not worth messing around with everything really, because it's still raining. But anyway. Ooh, it's cold, it's wet, and I'm tired. So yeah, quick coffee and then tipping back. But yeah, 2 bites, happy days. Morning, a somewhat improvised camera setup. The bucket's in the bivvy doorway because it's raining. Well, it's actually stopped a bit now, but just had this little porker, not weighed in. Fish number 2. It's quite a nice fish actually. This boxy common. Just ripped off 6:30. Spin you around. Don't know why I don't do videos like this all the time actually. Oh, we're having to get brackets and stands and all that out. Come on mate, let's just do quick this side quickly. Alright, alright. There you go. About, I don't know, £13 maybe, £14. Maybe not quite as big, don't know. It's quite weighty. Happy days. The old fish meal strikes again. Alright, let's get him back. Perk it. Wow, it's raining as usual. Chucked that a single pink one. Sea monster squid. And this one's trundled off as bang on as you can get. £20 cricket bat. Oh, come on, mate, he's being a bit of a cock. I mean that in the nicest possible way, obviously. Come on, mate, seriously. Just trying to put you back in a minute. Getting on my tits. Come on. Happy days. £20, bang on. Right, you're going back because you're proper lively. Booker. Right, quick vlog. As you can see, everything's stowed in the van. What a fucking session. Happy days. Yeah, I mean, I know they're kind of waking up around this time, but I didn't expect to have 3. I didn't expect to have 1, let alone 3, but there we go. Just goes to show, doesn't it? So yeah, this might well be my last session here. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I've got a few things going on. Nothing major, but you know, it will alter plans a little bit. But maybe the next time you see me, it will be from Reading, from Whistling. Yeah, my new ticket starts at there, 16th of June. I may even do a couple of day tickets in between now and then, because I'll be itching to get out, but obviously being that time of year. I have no idea where I'll go if I do, but yeah, but I still might end up doing a session or 2 here yet. Bit undecided, but anyway, on my phone, the sun come out as you can see, which dried me kit out because it was fucking minging. All it did was rain yesterday. So yeah, let's go and join the Sunday madness on the roads on the way home. But yeah, the sweet smell of success. Bugger.